Tushar, can you hear me? Hello.
Hello, yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah, you can hear me, Tushar, right?
Yes, now, sir.
You got disconnected or what happened?
No, because first time I was not hear your voice, so I just disconnect and reconnect actually.
Okay, okay. Now it is clear, right?
Right, sir. I can hear.
Okay. Let me do one thing. Let me change my network settings also so that there is no disconnection in between. Okay. Is it okay now? Hello. Tushar, Nagesh, are you able to hear me?
Yeah, yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. So what I was talking about is this probability. Okay, probability means whenever you are going to get the order from the customer. Let's take this example. If you got the call from the customer for an inquiry, he is making the inquiry. What is the probability that this inquiry will be converted to the actual order?
It depends upon the customer.
Depends upon the customer, right? So depends upon the customer, or actually depends upon. So definitely you cannot maintain this at the customer level, but you can say, okay, if it is an inquiry, based on my previous data, around 20% of the inquiries gets converted to my actual order, right? So
Mm.
that information you can enter here. So if it is an inquiry, what is the probability? If it is a actual order that you receive from the customer, in that case, what is the probability? That information you can enter it here as a probability. Then you have a credit limit check. So whenever this customer is giving you order, whether to accept that order or to verify whether customer has that much credit available or not. For example, there is a customer and you already defined the limit for this customer that I can give only 10,000 USD as a credit to this customer. Now, if the customer comes to you and he asks for credit more than 10,000, whether you are going to deliver this material or not. So that depends upon the customer again. If a customer is good, we can give 10%, 20% tolerance. If a customer is not good, we will definitely straightforward tell the customer that no, we cannot provide the material. So whether that credit check should take place or not, that you have to provide here. If the credit limit is D, this means the credit check will take place. If you don't want to take the if you don't want to check the credit limit, you have to specify blank here. Then the system will not verify the credit check. Okay. Again, this is also related to credit. We will discuss when we will be discussing about the credit management. You can see the output. Output means once the sales order is created, this has to be sent to the customer as a print, as a PDF. Okay, you may need to send this information to the customer that we received your order and we will be processing this order with this value by this date. So this is kind of a order confirmation. So whether that is applicable or not, that you normally specify here. So similar to this, there are a lot of other things which we have still not discussed. For example, we have still not discussed the scheduling agreement. We have still not discussed the shipping related things, billing related things. So what we are going to do is just remember at the order type level, there are a lot of controls. Okay, when we'll be discussing about shipping, billing and all, we will again come to this particular screen and we will say the system that shipping related information for this document type is maintained here. Okay. So as of now, what I'm doing is I just copied ZOR1 from OR and I want to save this. Okay. You can see I am getting the error number range 02 is an internal number range. Here I'm trying to assign this as external, but if you see the number range which is maintained, someone has maintained it as internal. That is the reason I'm getting this error. So if you go to define number ranges, okay, here you can see 02 is internal or external.
Internal. 4 is
It is
external.
internal because this tick is not made, right? And that is the reason system is throwing error. Normally, this should be maintained as external. Then only I'll be able to use it here. Okay, but now since I cannot use this, either I have to remove this or I have to provide any other number range which is external. For example, 04. So I'm just removing it. Okay, ZOR1 is already created by someone and system is showing me that this entry already exists. This number is already used. So maybe I'll try ZOR2. Okay, so sales order type ZOR2, is this entry also relevant for copying control? I'll tell you what is copying control later on. But as of now, I'm saying yes, which means this particular sales order type is now created. Okay, so whenever I'll be using the sales order, whenever I'll be creating the sales order, I will be now able to use this newly created order type. Can I use this order type for my inquiries? If I go to transaction VA01, okay, and if I select F4 here, I should be able to see ZOR2 that I created. Okay, you can see order type RECH, but will I be able to see this document type in VA11 when I'm trying to create an inquiry?
No.
It will not show me because clearly I specified whenever I created the order type, I clearly specified that this order type is for category C, which is for order. Okay, same way, you can do the same thing for inquiry also. So if you want your Z to be created, you will come here, you will copy this inquiry one, you will select this, click on copy, and then you can make the necessary changes. So for example, let me explain this once again. This is my sales document category A, which means it is for inquiry. This will be only used for the inquiry. I am just providing ZIN. I hope this is already not available, or ZIN1. These are my number ranges. This is my internal number range. This is my external number range. And you can see these are my increments for the items. Probability, I am saying 30. In case of order, normally I create the sales order when I already received the purchase order from the customer, which means 100% probability. But when I'm receiving the inquiry, I can say the probability of getting converted to the actual purchase order is only 30%. Okay. Again, within the credit check should be performed or not, whether the output to be delivered or not, all those things I can capture it here.
But during the inquiry itself, this can happen, is it? Credit check?
Yes, at the time of inquiry itself. If you don't want, if you feel that, okay, unnecessarily I don't want this to be at the inquiry level, then I can remove it. Okay, so it totally depends upon the business. Sometimes even a business wants to verify that when a customer is giving you the inquiry, whether this inquiry should be accepted or not. If there is no credit limit, we can tell the system that no, this customer has not paid the old dues unnecessarily. Don't even create a quotation for right. Okay, but normally it should be blank. I think at the inquiry level, normally most of the companies don't do it. But yes, if you want, you can just specify D and you can just click on enter to save this. Okay, so let's just click on yes if you are getting this message and try to save it. Enter. Okay, so now we have created our new inquiry type, we have created our new order type, and let's do the same thing for the quotation also. So the standard quotation is QT. What we will do is we will copy this Okay, and we will create QT, maybe ZQT1, just to follow the same nomenclature. So here also I'm writing this quotation is related to RECH. Even in inquiry we should have written, but that is fine as long as we remember. So sales document category, you can see this is for B, which means for quotation, and then all the other things are almost same. So you can see if I'm sending the quotation, the probability is 70%, but again, this is just a rough figure. It is not necessary that this will be always 70%. Okay, and other fields as per your customization. So whatever you want to specify, you can specify here. Okay, now once this is done, just save it. You will get this message again and again. Just try to save. Okay, it will give you the similar kind of message. Just click on enter, continue. So now we have three different sales document types that we created, one for inquiry, second for quotation, and third one for the sales order. Now let's try to create the sales inquiry and we will see what are the other configurations required. So I'm again back to my sales inquiry screen. Let me start from scratch. So I'm going to transaction VA11. Inquiry type, instead of IN, I will use my own inquiry type that we created, which is ZIN1. Okay, my sales organization, distribution channel, and division. This is where I need to tell the system who is a customer, sold to party, shipped to party. So who is giving me the order and where I need to deliver the material. So sold to party, if I do F4, it will show me all the customers that I've created. As of now, there is a single customer that we created. I'm entering the same customer here. Same way, my ship to party, if I do F4 again, I'll be able to determine the ship to party. Customer reference number, maybe at this moment he has just sent you the email. So you can just write whatever you want. This is a text field. Okay, and then this is where you will be entering the validity if required. Like this inquiry has this inquiry is valid from this date to this date. You can see required delivery date, when exactly customer wants this material. So let's say this is required by the customer by 30th of September. Which material is required by the customer? So customer is looking for this goods, this much quantity. Okay, let's press enter. If there are any mandatory fields, system will ask you those fields. So this is just to capture that we need to provide the quotation to this particular customer. It is asking you for price, but normally in the inquiry, we don't maintain the price. Okay, so maybe we can try to save it. If it is giving you this incomplete log, this means there are some mandatory fields which needs to be maintained before you save this order. So click on edit. It is asking you the payment term. See, price information is not mandatory because you just got the inquiry. At this moment, you don't know. The management may decide, the quotation team will decide how much they are going to charge for this particular material. Even this payment terms, I think someone has made it mandatory, but normally, even this payment terms at the time of inquiry, we can ignore. Okay, because payment terms and all, this will be all finalized by the quotation team. They will tell the customer that this is the price, this is the delivery date, and this is the payment term that we are agreeing. Okay, so whatever mandatory fields, just enter it here and just click on save. So now system knows that yes, if I am a salesperson and at the end of the day I want to know how many inquiries I have generated in a day, I can go to my inquiry based reports. Okay, I can generate some reports on the inquiries and I can work on those inquiries. I can chase with the quotation team that I brought this many inquiries. Now, can you just provide the quotation at the earliest so that I can submit it to the customer? Right? So once the inquiry is created now the quotation process will start. So quotation team, they will work on this inquiry. What they will do is, okay, first of all, if you want to display the inquiry, you will double click here. You can enter the inquiry number. If you don't know the number, just do F4, specify the selection criteria, whatever you want to provide. So in my case, I want to see all the inquiries created for sales organization RECH. If I open this, it will show me 2 inquiries that I have created.